A poor girl sent a text asking for help with school, but she sent it to the wrong number. That mistake, it changed her life forever. Welcome to Larry's Zone, a space dedicated to sharing emotional and heartwarming stories capable of healing hearts and reminding us of the importance of empathy in human lives. Amanda sat alone on a wooden stool in their tiny kitchen. The walls were chipped, and the fan above her head squeaked every few seconds. Her mom was at work, cleaning houses across town, and wouldn't be back until after dark. Amanda had just returned from school, tired and hungry, but her stomach wasn't her biggest worry today. Her mind was full of fear. She stared at the letter from her school again. It was the third and final notice. If your tuition is not paid in full by the end of the month, you will not be allowed to continue. Amanda's heart sank. It wasn't new. She had seen letters like this before, but this time there was no hope in sight. Her mom had already sold her wedding ring to pay the last fees. There was nothing left to sell, no more favors to ask. Amanda dreamed of becoming a nurse, not just because she loved helping people, but because she had seen her father die slowly in their home. They couldn't afford to take him to the hospital in time. That memory never left her. She had promised herself, never again. But now that dream was dying. She picked up her phone, her hands trembling slightly. A classmate had told her about a local community support group that helped girls like her. "They don't give out money for fun," the girl had said. "But if your story is real, they just might help." Amanda had searched online and found a number connected to someone listed as head of community support. She copied it into her phone and wrote a message with all the courage she could gather. "Good day, sir. My name is Amanda Rowe. I'm a student in my final year of high school. I come from a poor background and live with my single mom. She cleans houses for a living. My dad died 4 years ago. I have no money to continue my education, but I want to become a nurse and help people like he was never helped. I am not begging for a handout, just a chance to keep going. Please help me if you can. I promise I won't waste it." She read it 3 times. It sounded honest. It was honest. She hit send. Then she waited. Amanda didn't know that she had typed 1 digit wrong. Instead of sending her message to the local community group, it went to Bob Langston, a billionaire tech CEO who was currently sitting in a board meeting across town. Bob Langston was bored. He sat at the long table, nodding politely while his finance director explained the company's third-quarter numbers. Stocks were up, revenue was strong, everyone was happy. But Bob wasn't, not really. At 42, Bob had everything. Private jets, mansions, cars, employees who called him Sir. But none of it excited him anymore. He had grown up poor too, but once he struck gold in the tech world, things changed fast. Now, he lived in a bubble. His phone buzzed quietly. Normally, he wouldn't check it during a meeting, but this buzz came to his personal number, the one almost nobody used. He picked it up under the table and opened the message. His eyebrows lifted slightly. He read the message again, slowly. Who was Amanda Rowe? This wasn't spam. It wasn't someone asking for a job. It wasn't a scam. The words were simple, real, painfully real. Something about it hit him right in the chest. He remembered a time when he too had begged for someone to believe in him. Bob excused himself from the meeting. He walked out to the hallway, reading the message one more time. "She wants to be a nurse," he muttered, "and she sent this to me?" He checked the number. It wasn't familiar. He typed a quick response. "Hi, Amanda. I believe you sent this message to the wrong number, but your story touched me. Can you tell me more?" Back in the small kitchen, Amanda's phone dinged. Her eyes widened. Someone replied. She opened the message quickly and blinked. "Wrong number," she whispered. She checked the number again. She had saved it as community support, but maybe she had typed it wrong. Amanda swallowed her embarrassment, but the person said the message touched them. Could she really tell them more? She typed back, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I was trying to message someone from a local community support program. I must have copied the number wrong, but thank you for replying. I didn't mean to bother you." Bob smiled softly. She was polite, embarrassed, honest. He responded, "You didn't bother me. In fact, I want to hear your story. I'm Bob. What school do you attend?" Amanda hesitated. Who was this man? She Googled the number and her eyes widened as a business name popped up. Langston Technologies. She clicked again and found his photo. Her jaw dropped. CEO. Billionaire? Why was a billionaire replying to her? Her heart raced. "Still," she replied, "I attend Greenleaf High School. It's a public school, but I love it there. I get good grades and my teachers say I'm smart. I want to go to nursing school after this, but I don't think I can." Bob leaned against the hallway wall, staring at her reply. There were thousands of students like Amanda, but this one message had reached him, a simple accident, yet it didn't feel like one. He messaged again. "What's the total amount you need to stay in school?" Amanda didn't answer right away. She showed the phone to her mom when she came home. Her mom looked suspicious. "This could be a trick," she said. "People don't just give money like that." But Amanda had seen Bob's profile. He was real. "Still," she replied carefully. "The school said I need $1,400 to pay the rest of my tuition for the year. I'm not asking you to pay it. I was just explaining." Bob chuckled. He had spent more than that on lunch with a client just yesterday. He texted back, "Amanda, do you have a bank account or a school payment link? I'd like to take care of it for you. Consider it a gift. You don't have to pay me back. Just promise to keep chasing your dream." Tears rolled down Amanda's cheeks. She showed the message to her mom again. Her mom covered her mouth and whispered, "Is this real?" Amanda replied with the payment link from the school website. Bob didn't ask questions. He clicked it and made the payment within minutes. Then he sent her a receipt. Amanda screamed. She cried. She laughed all at once. "Mom, I can stay in school." Her mom hugged her tightly. God bless that man, whoever he is. Amanda texted him again. "Thank you, Mr. Bob. I don't know what to say. You didn't know me. You owed me nothing, but you helped me anyway. I promise I will never forget this. I will make you proud." Bob smiled for the first time in weeks. The next morning, Amanda woke up feeling like she had just dreamed everything. But there it was, the receipt from her school confirming her fees were fully paid. It had really happened. A total stranger, a billionaire no less, had paid her school fees because of a message she sent by mistake. She sat up slowly and whispered, "I have to make this count." At school, her friends noticed the difference in her face. She wasn't the quiet, worried Amanda anymore. She smiled more. She raised her hand in class. She even helped a few classmates with their science homework during lunch. But Amanda didn't tell anyone about Bob, not even her closest friend, Tara. She was afraid people would treat her differently, or worse, expect her to beg for more. That afternoon, after her last class, she sent Bob a message. "Hi, Mr. Bob. Just wanted to say thank you again. I studied so hard today. I will not let you down." Bob was in a meeting when he saw the message. A soft smile appeared on his face again. He replied quickly, "I know you won't, and please just call me Bob." Bob hadn't expected to think about Amanda again after making the payment. He figured he'd help her and move on. But something about her stayed with him. Her words, her drive, her honesty. Later that evening, as he walked through his large, quiet home, he felt a kind of loneliness that money couldn't fix. He didn't have kids of his own, never married. His world was full of business, but empty of heart. He sat in his favorite leather chair and opened Amanda's first message again. Then he sent another one. "Amanda, I've been thinking, would you like a mentor? Someone who can guide you, support your dream, and maybe help you even beyond school." Amanda stared at her phone, her mouth open. A mentor? From a billionaire? She didn't even know what to say. After 5 full minutes, she finally responded, I would love that. I've never had a mentor before, just my mum and my teachers. Thank you, Bob. I want to learn everything I can. Bob chuckled. She really is different, he murmured. Over the next few weeks, Amanda and Bob texted once or twice a day. He sent her links to free online nursing classes, book recommendations, and short videos about leadership and time management. Amanda soaked it all in like a sponge. She kept a notebook where she wrote things she learned from him, titling the first page, "Lessons from Bob." Her grades went up. Her teachers praised her more. Even her posture changed. She walked with a new kind of quiet confidence. One afternoon, Bob messaged her. "Amanda, what's your dream after nursing school? Like your big dream?" Amanda hesitated. She had never been asked that before. She sat on her bed, looking at the peeling wallpaper, and wrote back honestly, "I want to open a free clinic for poor families. I want no one to feel the way I felt when we couldn't afford to take my dad to the hospital." Bob stared at her reply for a long time. This girl didn't want riches. She wanted to give back, just like he had once hoped to do before the boardrooms. And stock meetings swallowed his time. He typed, "That's a beautiful dream, Amanda. Let's work together to make it real, one step at a time." Weeks passed, and summer came. Amanda took a part-time job at a small clinic, volunteering to help clean and organize patient files. She watched the nurses carefully, how they comforted the sick, how they moved calmly under pressure. She asked questions when she could. She stayed late, unpaid, just to learn more. Bob continued to check in every few days. He asked about her experiences, and she told him everything. Sometimes Bob would read her stories out loud to himself and smile. Amanda reminded him why he started helping people in the first place. One day, Amanda shared something more personal. "Bob, I'm scared sometimes. What if I don't make it? What if something happens and I can't finish nursing school? What if my dreams are too big?" Bob replied, "Amanda, I once lived in my car and showered at gas stations while building my first app. Everyone said I was dreaming too big, but here I am. You'll make it. Just don't stop believing." Amanda felt tears in her eyes. If he could believe in her, maybe she could believe in herself, too. That week, Bob sent Amanda a surprise package. Inside was a brand new laptop, a backpack with nursing supplies, and a note that read, "Every hero needs tools. Use these to build your future." Amanda gasped. Her mom did too. "Why is this man doing all this?" her mom whispered. Amanda didn't have a full answer, but she felt deep inside that Bob wasn't doing it for praise or thanks. He just believed in her, and she wasn't going to waste that belief. That night, Amanda started a blog called Letters to My Future, where she wrote short notes to the nurse she hoped to become. Her first post read, "Dear future me, today I felt scared, but I kept going. Someone I've never met is cheering for me. Maybe one day I'll be that someone for someone else too." Her blog slowly gained readers, struggling students, young dreamers, single mothers, people who found hope in her simple, heartfelt words. Bob saw it too, and though they still hadn't met in person, Amanda's words were changing both their lives. Summer ended with golden sunsets and early morning chills. Amanda stood at the bus stop in her freshly washed school uniform, the one she had ironed the night before with care. In her backpack was the laptop Bob had gifted her and a pocket journal, where she recorded everything she learned each day. Life hadn't become perfect, but it had become possible. One morning before school, Amanda received a message from Bob that made her pause mid-bite of her toast. "Amanda, I'll be speaking at a youth event next weekend. It's in your city. I'd love for you to attend. My treat. I think you'd enjoy it." Amanda's hands trembled. She read the message 5 times. She had never attended any event outside school before, let alone one by someone famous like Bob Langston. And now he was inviting her. She texted back, "Really? I would love to. I've never been to anything like that." "Thank you, Bob." Bob replied within minutes. "Great. I'll have my assistant send you the details. We'll arrange transportation and a chaperone if needed. I'm excited for you to be there." When Amanda told her mother, the woman stared at her, blinking. "You mean you'll meet him? In person?" Amanda nodded slowly, unsure if it would really happen. Her mom held her shoulders and whispered, "Just be yourself, baby. That's what got you this far." That weekend arrived faster than Amanda expected. A clean black car showed up outside their small apartment on Saturday morning. Amanda wore a modest but neat dress her mom had altered the night before. She had done her hair into a simple braid and borrowed a tiny purse from a neighbor. Inside the car was a friendly female staff member named Liz, who smiled warmly. "You must be Amanda. Bob talks about you like you're his little sister." Amanda blushed. "Really?" "Oh, yes, he's proud of you." Amanda clutched her journal tightly as they drove through parts of the city she had never seen before. Places with tall buildings, clean streets, and bright banners. When they arrived at the venue, Amanda gasped. It was a massive hall, full of young people wearing badges and lanyards. There were lights, screens, and soft music playing in the background. She'd never felt so small and important at the same time. Liz led her through the crowd and into a side room where speakers were getting ready. Then, the moment came. Bob Langston entered the room, tall and well-dressed, in a dark blue blazer and jeans. His eyes found Amanda instantly. He smiled, a warm, genuine smile. "Amanda?" She stood slowly. "Bob?" They both laughed a little at how strange it felt to meet in person after so many messages. Bob reached out and shook her hand, but then he surprised her by pulling her into a quick, gentle hug. "It's good to finally meet you," he said. "You too," Amanda replied, her voice barely above a whisper. "You're even more impressive in person," Bob added. "Come, let me introduce you to a few people." Amanda was overwhelmed, but in the best way. She met entrepreneurs, teachers, social workers, people who were building programs for youth and education. Bob introduced her as a future nurse and a force to watch. Her cheeks hurt from smiling. When Bob took the stage, Amanda sat in the front row, notebook in her lap. He spoke about the power of belief, how one person believing in another could change the world. Then he paused and pointed to Amanda in the front row. "She sent a message to the wrong number," he said, "but it turned out to be the right message, and she reminded me what real courage looks like." The room applauded. Amanda's eyes filled with tears. After the event, Bob invited Amanda and a few others to a small dinner. It was her first time eating at a fancy restaurant. She didn't know which fork to use or how to pronounce anything on the menu. But Liz whispered help, and Amanda followed along. Later that evening, as Bob walked her to the car, he asked gently, "How are you really doing? I know life hasn't been easy." Amanda nodded. "It's still hard, but I have hope now, and that makes all the difference." Bob looked thoughtful. "Hope is powerful, but sometimes you need more than hope. You need someone in your corner. I want to keep helping Amanda, not just with school, I want to help you build your dream, your clinic, your future. If you're open to it, I'd like to set up a scholarship in your name, not just for you, but for other girls like you." Amanda blinked. "A scholarship in my name?" "Yes. You've inspired me, Amanda. This isn't charity. It's an investment." Her heart thudded in her chest. I don't know what to say." Bob smiled. "Just say you'll keep working hard, and one day maybe you'll be the one who changes someone else's life by mistake." Amanda nodded slowly. "Yes, I promise. I'll make this count." The next few months changed everything. Bob's team worked with Amanda's school to create a mentorship program in her name. The Amanda Rowe Scholarship was launched quietly, offering full support to one student each year who showed promise but lacked financial support. Amanda remained focused. She kept volunteering at the clinic, studying hard, and updating her blog. Her posts became more popular, shared by students, teachers, and even small news outlets. One day, she received a message from a girl in another state. "Hi, Amanda. I read your blog. I'm also trying to become a nurse, but I was ready to give up. Reading your story gave me the push I needed. Thank you." Amanda stared at the screen, overwhelmed. She replied gently, encouraging the girl to keep going. Then she sat back, realizing something. She was becoming the person she once needed. Later that week, as Amanda walked home from the clinic, she found her mom sitting on the front steps with tears in her eyes. "Mom, what's wrong?" Her mom looked up and held out a letter. Amanda read it and gasped. She had been accepted into one of the top nursing colleges in the country with a full ride thanks to Bob's new foundation. Amanda screamed. Her mom cried. Neighbors peeked out to see what the fuss was about. Amanda didn't care. She ran inside and grabbed her phone. "Bob, I got into Rivergate Nursing College. Full scholarship. I'm crying and screaming and shaking right now." "Thank you." Bob's reply came instantly. "I'm so proud of you. This is just the beginning, Amanda. Just the beginning." Amanda stood at the gates of Rivergate Nursing College, heart pounding. Students rushed past her, laughing, carrying books, talking about classes. It all felt like a dream. Just a few months ago, she hadn't even known if she'd finish high school. Now she was standing on the grounds of one of the best nursing schools in the country, fully paid for. She took a deep breath and whispered to herself, "This is real. You're really here." Her first week was filled with excitement and nerves. The campus was huge. The lectures were harder than anything she had done before, but Amanda was ready. She had been preparing for this moment with every late-night study session, every message of encouragement from Bob, and every step taken in faith. She made new friends, helped classmates who were struggling, and even joined a student-run health initiative that offered free basic checkups to local families. Amanda's compassion and leadership stood out quickly. One afternoon after class, Amanda returned to her dorm and opened her laptop. She had an idea. She clicked over to her blog, "Letters to My Future," and began writing. "Dear Future, Mipo, you did it. You made it to Rivergate. You're studying to be the nurse you dreamed of becoming. But more than that, you've become a light to others. Don't ever forget where you came from. Don't forget the wrong message that found the right person. Don't forget Bob, and never stop being the kind of person who lifts others the way he lifted you." She hit publish and smiled. That post went viral within days. Local news picked it up. Students from other schools started sharing it with the hashtag Letters to My Future. Amanda was invited to speak at youth panels and community events. Bob watched from afar, smiling proudly. He didn't always reply to her messages now. He wanted her to stand on her own, but he read every post, every story, every update. Then one day, Amanda got a call from a private number. She almost didn't answer it, but curiosity won. "Hello?" "Amanda, it's Bob." Her heart leapt. "Bob, it's so good to hear from you." "I have something I want to tell you," he said. "Actually, I was wondering if you'd like to speak at our company's annual conference this year." Amanda blinked. "Speak me at Langston Tech?" "Yes. We want this year's theme to be impact over income, and no one represents that better than you. Your story is what real success looks like." Amanda hesitated, then took a deep breath. "I'd be honored." Weeks later, Amanda stood backstage at the massive Langston Tech auditorium. She wore a light blue dress and a soft grey blazer, with her favorite notebook tucked in her bag. Bob walked over, dressed sharp as always, and handed her a bottle of water. "You've got this," he said. Amanda smiled. "I remember when I was just the girl who sent a text to the wrong number." Bob chuckled. "And now you're the girl changing lives with every word you write." She stepped onto the stage. The crowd of executives, tech workers, students, and dreamers fell silent. Amanda took a breath. "Good evening. My name is Amanda Rowe, and I'm here to tell you how a mistake turned into a miracle." She told them everything. How she sent the message meant for the local support office to Bob by accident, how he responded, and how that one act of kindness sparked a chain reaction she never could have imagined. The room erupted in applause. When she finished, afterward people lined up to shake her hand, ask questions, take photos. But the most touching moment came when a young girl, no older than 12, ran up to Amanda and hugged her tightly. "My mum showed me your blog," the girl said. "I want to be a nurse too, and I was scared, but now I'm not." Amanda knelt down and smiled. "You'll be amazing. Just keep writing letters to your future." Later that evening, Bob and Amanda stood outside the venue under the stars. "You know," Amanda said softly, "I used to think I was just a poor girl with big dreams." "And now?" Bob asked. "Now I know I'm a girl with purpose, and that's worth more than anything." Bob nodded. "Amanda, you didn't just change your life, you changed mine too. You reminded me that success isn't about how high we climb. It's about how many people we lift while we're climbing." Amanda smiled. "So, what's next for us?" Bob looked thoughtful. "Next, we open that clinic, the one you dreamed of. Let's make it real," Amanda gasped. "Are you serious?" "Dead serious," Bob said. "I've already spoken to some builders. We'll start small, one room, one nurse, one dream at a time." Amanda's heart swelled. "Then let's do it," she whispered. "Let's bring hope where it's needed most." 1 year later, a small but beautiful building stood in a quiet neighborhood. Painted white with blue trim, it had a simple wooden sign: Amanda Rowe Community Health Clinic, where hope begins. Inside, Amanda greeted patients with a smile. She took vitals, organized supplies, and comforted scared children. Bob visited often, usually quietly, always smiling from the sidelines. Together, they had created something from nothing. A mistake had become a mission. Amanda had once been the girl with trembling hands and broken dreams. Now, she was the woman who caught others before they fell. And every evening before locking the clinic, Amanda would sit by the front desk, open her notebook and write one last note. "Dear future me, you've done so much, but the best part isn't what you've built, it's who you've become. Keep building, keep believing, and remember, all it took was one message sent to the wrong Bob."